Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Wisdom in the Best Books and Films. I'm your host, Jake Bear, and this is the first week in February when we will focus on some romantic stories since it is the month of Valentine's Day. I'm going to start this week by talking about a 1940 film called Remember the Night with Fred MacMurray and Barbara Stanwyck. It's a great romantic movie. If you have not seen it, I highly recommend it. As usual, if you enjoy the show, please leave a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Rate it and send it to friends. Share it with as many people as you can. And I'll get into this week's episode, which is entitled Creating Change Through Love. Have you ever had a conversation with someone you love and just wanted to force them to understand the blatant and obvious truth of something, staring them right in the face? You spoke to them so clearly in a way that was obviously coming from a place of love, but they refused to benefit from the wisdom that has helped you in changing your own harmful ways. You made it perfectly clear that Miracle Whip is superior to mayonnaise in every way, and they still wouldn't budge. They may have even been offended. You haven't had that happen? Yeah, me neither. Anyway, in the 1940 film Remember the Night, starring Fred MacMurray as lawyer John Jack Sargent and Barbara Stanwyck as shoplifter Lee Leander, Lee is accused of stealing jewelry, and Jack is the prosecutor in charge of getting her convicted. New evidence comes to the case, and the hearing is postponed until after Christmas. Jack wants to see that Lee is behind bars for her crimes, but he feels that she shouldn't be forced to spend Christmas in jail before being convicted, so he pays her bond. She ends up having nowhere to go for Christmas, so he offers to take her with him to his family Christmas. Jack tries the tactics I mentioned above to tell her that stealing is wrong, and to you and me, it may seem that what he says is obviously true, but she is defensive and doesn't give in. Through all this, Jack is kind to her and makes her feel welcome in his family. His mother even gets her a surprise Christmas present, pretending it was from Jack. Lee obviously has never felt so welcome anywhere. Jack is speaking with his mother at one point in the film, and she teaches him a valuable lesson on influencing others to do good. Here's a clip of the audio from the film.
Poor thing probably didn't get enough love as a child. Do you remember how bad you were? Well, not really bad, but do you remember the time you took my egg money I was going to buy a new dress with? And then how hard you worked to pay it back when you understood.
You made me understand.
Oh, it was love, dear, that made you understand. Well, I do hope she enjoys her stay here.
So Jack loved his mother. And when he saw his bad deed was hurting her, even a little, it helped him to repent of the wrong he had done. Jack and his family continue to treat Lee as the lovely lady she has the potential to be, focusing on her strengths and loving her rather than condemning her for her faults. As with the child Jack, Lee eventually changes through the course of the film, but I won't spoil the ending if you haven't seen it. It's a great ending. It can be difficult to see our loved ones make bad decisions, and we can't always get them to change, even if we do everything right. But if we want any chance of influencing them for the better, the most likely way of success is patient love. It isn't necessary to condone bad actions, just to love the person for who they truly are, not for the bad actions they are doing currently. Jack's mother didn't tell him it was okay that he stole from her, justifying acts that were obviously wrong. Instead, she let him see that the natural consequences of his actions were her pain. His love for her opened his eyes, and in the same way, when we are lucky, the love others have for us can help them to understand where our words would never be able to convince them.